Hello everyone and welcome to my presentation. My name is Agung Wibowo and today I will presenting our research paper titled Cross-Validated Benchmarking of Transfer Learning CNN Model for Groundnut Leaf Disease Classification. This research was conducted alongside my co-author Endang Wahyu Pamungkas at the Informatics Department of University Muhammadiyah Surakarta. I'm very honored to share our findings with you today at the SEML 2026 conference. Let's begin. Background and problem statement. To start, let's look at the background of our study. In the agricultural sector, groundnut or peanut productivity is continuously threatened by foliar disease like early leaf spot and late leaf spot. If not detected early, this disease causes significant yield losses. Recently, deep learning, specifically convolutional neural networks or CNN, has become very popular for automated disease detection. However, we identified a critical gap in the current literature. Many existing studies report very high peak accuracies, but they rely on single trend test split to evaluate their models. The problem with this approach is that it can lead to overly optimistic performance estimates. It obscures how the model behaves when the data sampling changes, make it very difficult to conduct fair and reliable comparison or benchmark between different models. Therefore, our research objectives were designed to address this limitation. Our primary goal was to conduct a highly controlled and structured benchmarking of four widely used pre-trained CNN architecture: VGG16, ResNet 15, Inception V3, and EfficientNet B0. Instead of just chasing the highest absolute accuracy, we shifted our evaluation focus by integrating a rigorous five-fold cross-validation framework. Our objective was to evaluate three key metrics: predictive performance, structural stability across different data vaults, and computational cost. Ultimately, we want to find the most practical and reliable model that could be deployed on resource constrained edge device in smart farming environment. Dataset and pre-processing. Moving on to our methodology, let's discuss the dataset and pre-processing. We utilize the publicity available peanut disease dataset from Kaggle, which consists of 6,757 images. The dataset is categorized into six classes: early leaf spot, late leaf spot, early rust, nutrition deficiency, and healthy leaves. To ensure fairness in our benchmarking, all images underwent the exact same processing pipeline. Every image was uniformly resized to 224 by 224 pixels. During training, we applied on-the-fly data augmentation, utilizing random horizontal flip and slight random rotation. This was done to artificially increase the diversity of our training data and prevent the models from overfitting. For the model architecture, we adopted the training transfer learning strategy. We initialize all four models using pre-trained weight from ImageNet. We then froze the best convolutional layers, allowing them to act fixed feature extractor. To adapt these models to our specific sys-class problem, we attach custom classification head to all of them. As you can see on the slide, this custom head include a global average pooling layer, batch normalization, a dense layer with 256 neurons using ReLU activation, a dropout layer set a rate of 0.3 to further prevent overfitting, and finally a softmax output layer. For the training configuration, all models were trained using the Adam optimizer with learning rate of 1A4 using categorical cross entropy loss batches of 32 and 420 epochs across all five folds. Now let's look at the result. In terms of predictive performance, EfficientNet B0 emerged as clear winner. It achieved the highest average accuracy across all five folds at 98.30% with an excellent F1 score of 0.983. ResNet 50 performed very close behind at 98.06%. Meanwhile, VGG16 achieved 96.54% and Inception V3 struggled the most, achieving only 79.28%. But accuracy is only half the story. Stability is equally important. When we look at the box plot distribution of the cross-validation fault, EfficientNet B0 exhibit the lowest variance and the narrowest interquartile range. This proves that EfficientNet B0 is not just accurate but highly consistent and stable, regardless of how the training data is partitioned. Our next result focus on computational cost, which is critical factor for real-world IoT deployment. We compared the architecture based on their parameter count and giga floating point operation per second or GFLOPS. Efficiency B0 proved to be incredibly lightweight. It required only about 4.38 million parameter and demand matter 0.801 GFLOPS of processing power. In stark construct, VGG16, despite having its parameter artificially reduced by our custom head, still remain the most computationally expensive model, require over 13 GFLOPS to process the image. ResNet 16 require over 7 GFLOPS. This massive difference highly that EfficientNet B0 offer the absolute best trade-off between high accuracy and low hardware operation costs. We also conducted an ablation study and qualitative analysis. Interestingly, our ablation study that training the models without spatial data augmentations actually resulted in slightly higher average accuracy of 98.46% compared to 70 compared to 97.41% with augmentation. We theorize that excessive spatial transformation, like heavy rotation, might distort the specific visual shape of the disease spot, making it harder for the model to learn. Additionally, our GradCam visual interpretation showed that model successfully localized the pathological lesion on the leaves. However, our confusion metric did not some minor misclassification between early and late leaf spot due to their highly similar visual character. To conclusion our study, be moving away from single trend split test and utilize a rigorous five-fold cross-validation framework, we were able to conduct a truly fair benchmark. Under identical experimental settings, EfficientNet B0 is undisputably the best overall model for groundnut leaf disease classification. It provides a superior balance of high accuracy at 98.30% and extreme stability. Furthermore, is incredibly low computational demand of just 0.801 GFLOPS, make it the most viable and practical candidate for integration into resource constraint edge system in smart agriculture. For further for future work, we aim to optimize the data pipeline for real-world streaming and test this model under diverse real-time field imaging condition. That bring me to the end of my presentation. Thank you very much for your time and attention.